vale mucho un gran amor que en el perdón ha crecido. Hoy sé que el llanto sirvió para reforzar el nido. Olvidemos el pasado y vivamos el presente. Lo que importa es que te amo y me amas para siempre. Olvidemos el pasado y vivamos el presente. Lo que importa es que te amo y me amas para siempre. Oh, gracias, gracias. Thank you. Bienvenidos. Thank you. Ya estoy cansado de tanto besar, vivir sin conocerte, puedo vivir sin ti. Te llames como te llames, para mí tú eres la gloria. ¿Quién será la que me quiere a mí? ¿Quién será? ¿Quién será? ¿Quién será la que me dé su amor? ¿Quién será? ¿Quién será? ¿Quién será la que me quiere a mí? ¿Quién será? ¿Quién será? ¿Quién será la que me dé su amor? ¿Quién será? ¿Quién será? Oh, gracias. Thank you.
Make sure to look at his website and his Facebook page because he's playing across the bay and he's been an amazing performer here for Los Cien and Entertainers. So thank you so much, Mateo. All right, so we are going to get the party started here. Thank you so much to everyone for being here today. Welcome back to our in-person Latino Cultural Experience. This is the 9th year in a row. Thank you so much for being here. It's just so different from virtual events to be back in person after a 3-year hiatus, and we're just very grateful to see everybody. And I'd like to make an announcement en español real quick. Si necesitan traducción, tenemos audífonos donde se puede escuchar toda la conversación, traducida por Betsy Chávez. Si necesitan audífonos, pueden levantar la mano y les podemos traer unos audífonos ahorita para que puedan oír a Betsy. Y muchísimas gracias a Betsy por su ayuda y su tiempo por estar aquí. Betsy, ¿dónde estás? Oh, Betsy está ahí arriba. Gracias, Betsy. Now, the first order of business is not talking about Mary's Pizza Shack. That's... We want to welcome our students who are here with us today. We have students from LCLN High School, Roseland University Prep, Reach Boys and Girls Club, Santa Rosa Junior College, and Sonoma State University. If I'm missing some people, I apologize. But if you can please stand, students, and let's give them some love. That's what's up. There's our future. And now we really want to also welcome our community engagers and members. We have community leaders from Roseland's CBI en Equidad, Mujeres Unidas de Roseland, 4Cs Parent Voices, La Familia Sana, and other community engagers. Sorry if I missed yours, but if you can please stand, let's give them a nice warm Lo Cien welcome. Awesome. We got some people over here and some people over there. That's what's up. Once again, like we mentioned at the last in-person meeting, we want to inform our guests to please leave your contact information with myself or Monica Avina, who's right over here to my left. We can add you to our list. We're still trying to develop a system to make it easier for our schools and our youth-serving organizations and our community-engaging organizations to be able to have access to our access tickets, which allow you to come and bring a group of people at no cost. So if you're interested in that program, please reach out to Monica or I, or leave your contact information before you leave, and we'll put you on our list, especially for our next event, which is happening, it's on your table, but it's on September 29th. So at this point, we would like to invite our current and former elected officials to please stand, and let's give them some Lo Cien love. Thank you so much for being with us today. Oh, yes, we got the past Vice Mayor of Rohnert Park and Supervisor Chris Corsi, and I saw Keith Roberts here from Supervisor James Gore's district. Thank you so much for being with us. Now, the work of Lo Cien is nowhere near possible, and it is made possible and remained possible during the pandemic because of our amazing partners and community and partners and members. So we want to thank our premier partners and sustaining members for their investment and partnership in Lo Cien's mission, starting with our newest premier partner, Sonoma Clean Power, who's actually representing right here in the front. Thank you so much for joining. Now, and we also want to give some big love, but my doctor's not here, so I'm not sure. This is kind of bittersweet love. No, I'm just kidding. But serious love to Kaiser Permanente for renewing their premier partner commitment and investing in Lo Cien. Thank you so much. And then also the Community Foundation of Sonoma County Ag and Open Space District, Redwood Credit Union, I saw a few of you in the house, Petaluma Health Center, and the Press Democrat, who's also in the house. And last but not least, there absolutely would be no way Lo Cien could do what they do year after year without the incredible partnership and support of the Luther Burbank Center team, who's sitting right here in the front. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And now we would like to welcome our sustaining members, and the chair of our board, Herman J. Hernandez, and I would love to meet with anybody who would like to learn more about our membership program, but we want to give some love and welcome our new sustaining members, the City of Santa Rosa Office of Community Engagement, the Child Parent Institute, Sonoma Raceway, and the Sonoma County Library. Welcome to Lo Cien Familia. And then last but not least, I want to make sure to give some love and thanks to, once again, the LBC team, but Herman J. Hernandez, Octavio and Pedro, and the Diaz family, Mateo and our entertainers who you're going to see in a few seconds, as well as our all-star staff of volunteers, and the one and only Monica, Lo Cien's amazing office manager. If you haven't gotten to know her, she's absolutely incredible. And she makes this whole event possible. So thank you, Monica. Now, I want to remind everybody, Lo Cien is all about Latinx leadership and empowerment in Sonoma County. Our vision is important but simple. Our vision is full of orgullo, which means pride, and equity for the Latino community in Sonoma County. And we're honored and excited to be a trusted organization in Sonoma County that can continue to have difficult, critical, and honest conversations focused on issues that concern, elevate, and really put a spotlight on Latinx issues and experiences. Our intention here has always been and continues to be to build bridges towards solutions and change that empower our entire community. We are committed to continuing to hold these difficult conversations, so look out for our programs for 2023 because things are going to be amazing, and we're very excited to be able to present those to you in the fall. One of them being our next big event, actually, is the State of the Latino Community. It's going to be our 9th annual State of the Latino Community at Sonoma State, and we are currently now have the link up so you could buy tickets, you could purchase a table, or you could sponsor that event. The event is going to be back in person, and prior to the pandemic, this event always sold out 2 to 3 weeks before. We're back. I think people are getting used to coming back to in-person events, so we're still getting kind of last-minute sellouts. But I highly encourage you, so you don't stress out and you could sleep nice in September, to purchase your tickets today, because we are going to sell that one out. We've already sold 20 tables and we only have 55. So there's QR codes there. You could take advantage of it. It's on September 29th from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. And there is a possibility to have some very distinguished electeds there. So stay tuned. The other event, Save the Date, we have not gotten the link up on our website yet. But this is more of a social, like party, hangout, get-together celebration. Dia de los 100. That one will be the 13th birthday of Los 100, but also an opportunity for us to thank all of our members and our donors. And also, we're going to be enjoying, I think, 7 to 8 different local Latino restaurateurs are going to be serving some bites. And we're going to bring back, if you went to the Puente y Ganas event, we're bringing back the 6 Latino vintners who were pouring before the event. So this is turning out to be a pretty exciting show, and it's going to be hosted here at the Luther Burbank Center in partnership with the LBC team. So be on the lookout for that. And now, I definitely accidentally spoke over my time limit. And I'm not trying to be like the chair of Los 100, but today is, just want to remind everybody why we're here. This is one of the most loved Los 100 events from our members. It's focused on youth empowerment. It's focused on celebrating the Latino culture. And you're going to hear some very inspiring music this afternoon, or during lunchtime. But I want to bring up our chair and one of our founders, Herman J. Hernandez. We have the same name. That's kind of weird, but he is one of the founding members and really the energy behind the partnership of today's luncheon. So I told him I'm giving him 5 minutes. He said he heard 20, and he definitely wants to talk and remind everybody that Los 100 probably started in the back room of Mary's Pizza Shack, but he's going to share a little bit about why we're here today. So let's give Herman J. Hernandez a warm welcome.
Well, Herman, you talked so long, I forgot what I was going to say. Thank God I wrote everything down, because at 39, it just seems that your mind starts to break away a little bit. Again, bienvenido, welcome, another introduction to all of you with heart and passion. And thank you for taking the time to be with us today for the 9th Annual Latino Cultural Experience. Los 100 is honored to have, for the 9th year in a row, our partnership and collaboration where it all began, right here at the Luther Burbank Center of the Arts. In joining Los 100 to bring, as Herman said, our first Latino cultural experience. And if I don't say wow 50 times in my conversation, I don't know when I'm not going to stop saying it, because this is so inspiring to see a full room where normally we would have 350 guests, and today, because of COVID, we came to 200, 200. But yes, so I'm darn excited to just be here speaking to you in person. It's been difficult for me in not being able to interact with so many of you, amigos y familia. For 2.5 years, and maybe longer, well, for some of you, a little bit longer, you won't mind talking to me. Well, that was a joke, but it didn't go away. You know, it's difficult for me thinking about 2.5 years for a person that loves to talk, maybe a lot, very, very difficult. But I thank God for being able to be here together so we can enjoy this moment. And yes, again, the 9th year in a row that we've filled the room. And I'm excited about it, and filled the room dealing with, hopefully to God, that we're starting to exit COVID. So from the bottom of my heart, to be with all of you this afternoon is an inspiration. Let me kind of talk about, I think Herman covered quite a few points, and a few things that I started to kind of write down here this morning. I guess the question is, why did we create the Latino Cultural Experience? And naturally, I get so excited, I lose where I normally end or begin. So at this time, I would like to briefly share, why did LOCN create the Latino Cultural Experience? We felt it was just one way we could share our culture, traditions, to our whole community. Plus to feel the, as Herman said, orgullo and pride of who we are as Latinos. To elevate our culture and traditions, as in the past, it was difficult to feel and to live it. I'm truly thankful on just how the community has enjoyed this annual performance. Plus, to kick off the coming Latino Heritage Month from September 15th to October 15th. A month to enjoy many coming events, such as the 13th Annual Fiesta de Independencia, right here at the Luther Burbank Center in the back. What a day. A great event to enjoy, and many more coming. And be on the lookout of the calendar in the Latino Heritage Month's insert in your Sunday Press Democrat, your map for coming Latino events. And there's no doubt about it that I'm duplicating a few points here, but I have to give a heartfelt thank you, and I'll even add love. That's a new approach. I have not used that approach before. To Rick Nolan, Robin Seltzer, Ashley Worley, Sari Larson, plus the rest of the staff in creating the energy to help put today's program on, and especially the LBC Board of Directors, the Latino Advisory Committee, not only, co-hosting today's event, but giving us such a warm welcome that we all belong here to enjoy this cultural event. The entertainment's fantastic, and they'll demonstrate that. So please join me in giving one more heartfelt, loud, warm applause to the LBC, please. Now, I just want to tell you that I didn't call Herman to have to figure out what I was going to write about. But he told me to kind of just give some of the history and some thank yous and some shout outs. Well, I'm an echo because I'm echoing some of his thank yous and gratitude to so many of you. I'd like to also thank Monica Avina, our LOCN program manager, for putting so much of the backroom hard work together, being there for the second time as we begin to go live. And to our new executive director, who, it's kind of odd that he's got the same name as I do, for making sure details were taken care of and that I didn't get in the way. And I felt pretty good about that. And doing a great job. Let's give them another hand, too. I also want to thank Octavio, Pedro, Juanita, la mamá, y familia, owners of El Gallo Negro, Agave, El Feralito in Healdsburg, Uptown Agave, Oakland, and now the new Latino Experience in Roseland, Mitote Food Park, a new gathering and location for amigos. Plus an awesome lunch. Abrazos a toda la familia. Yeah, let's give them another hand. I got to tell you a special thank you to Tia Maria, Will Seppi, and Rose Jimenez for providing today's French baked conchas. And there's still some that I can see. The ones you don't eat, I'm taking home. And also, again, Mateo Guzman for the show that he's given. And I just want to say one last thing. And I want to just say it, and I'm going to say it in Spanish, and I'll translate it. No sabe, señoras que están visitando a nosotros hoy, cómo me siento de amor y de corazón, solo sabiendo que están aquí para la primera vez. Es algo que pierdo mis palabras, como decir gracias a todos ustedes que están en la comunidad trabajando fuerte, no solo para tu comunidad, pero tu familia. Yo no puedo estar allí con ustedes, pero solo saben que los 100 están allí, no atrás, pero en tu lado, con abrazos. I just commented that we've never had this many Latina-led organizations visit with us at any event as we have today. It's passionate, it's heartfelt, and without a doubt, it's the Latina mama, la Latina that's elevating our community. And, I might get beat up from some of the Latinos later, but let's, because the Latino husbands are working. But these organizations are creating that elevation to create a change. The same vision that we started Los 100 with. We got to give them not only an abrazo, but a warm felt, heartfelt thank you. Y todos páranse, porque solo 3 se pararon. Por favor, todos los de comunidad se paran. Come on, párense. CBI, párense. Okay. I didn't put my hearing aids on, so I really can't hear any voices from the side, but at this time, it gives me a great pleasure to introduce Ashley Worley, the Director of Education, who will make our presentation and give you a little bit of information. And it was only a 6-minute speech, Herman.
How exciting is it to be back in this room after so many years? It is an honor to be here with all of you. And it is an honor to be here with so many like-minded folks who are here to support an amazing organization like Los 100. Here at LBC, our driving force is the idea of connecting our community through the arts. And that's what today is all about. So on behalf of all of us at LBC, I'd like to thank you for joining us for this special event. We're proud to partner with Los 100 to highlight some spectacular performances from artists, educators, and performers today. We have 2 special performances for you today. First, I'd like to introduce you to Mateo Guzman and Hikaru Hallberg. Matthew Isais Bowker is a multi-instrumentalist, composer, and educator. He holds a Bachelor of Music degree in music education, as well as a California teaching credential from Sonoma State University. Matthew will be accompanied today by Hikaru Hallberg. Sonoma County native Hikaru is a student of Sonoma State University with a bachelor's in piano performance. He is a known composer, arranger, and accompanist, and has performed in Japan as well as parts of Europe. Matthew has been working to use his love and talent for music to bridge the gap between the Latino community and classical music. Matthew Hickory, I'd love to invite you up, and maybe you can tell us a bit more about your work.
Hello, everybody. Hola a todos. Just want to give you a little story about me and then kind of the work I'm doing. So I grew up in San Mateo. My mom is Mexican. She's from Aguascalientes, and my dad's Italian. And I feel like the story of being half Latino doesn't get told very often. So as Ashley said, I'm also an educator, so I want to show students that even if you're half, you're still Latino and you still matter and you can still be a part of the community. So my big thing is, my mom never taught me Spanish, so I had to learn on my own, so I know the struggle to get there and feel like you belong, but you shouldn't have to prove your Latino side to be Latino, right? So I did my student teaching at Mariachi High School, and I did a whole unit on Mexican music, and the kids absolutely loved it. They're like, I feel heard for once in the classroom. I know what songs we're playing in band class. I'm like, yes. Some kids are like, wait, there's states in Mexico? I'm like, yes, there are states in Mexico. So it was a great opportunity to kind of bridge that gap. And then I started arranging a bunch of mariachi music and a bunch of folk Mexican music and put it for kind of a classical setting because we're not really represented in classical music. It's normally like the European and kind of the white composers. And it wasn't brought into my attention until my senior year of Sonoma State when we have to give a performance to graduate, basically. And my Theo was in the audience, and he's like, mijo, that was great. Didn't understand any of it, but I knew you did good. But when are you going to play our music? And I'm like, oh. So that hit the switch in my brain. I'm like, all right, let's do it. So I've been arranging a bunch of stuff to kind of bridge that gap and really get our seat at the table that hasn't been there before. So I'm super excited. We're going to play some classics here because it's hard to just jump in because, believe it or not, Latinos do compose classical music. It's just it never gets performed. So instead of just jumping right in, we're going to play some classics for you so you can kind of get welcomed into it, and then we'll go from there. What else was I going to say? I'm super excited. So what better way? I'm just super excited. It's the first time I'm finally presenting this stuff. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So the first song up, what better way to bridge the gap, is we're going to play a version of the Mexican national anthem, and that's the perfect way to bridge that gap. So we're going to play it a little bit on the slower side. If you know the words, if you want to go for it, sing along. But here is the arrangements I've been doing. Thank you. Salito Lindo. Here's La Golondrina. time for one more? Here's El Rey.
Applause. We need another round of applause. Yeah, there we go. Thank you all. A little birdie told me, actually, you may see a little more of Matthew in the next coming months at another Low CN event. That's all I'm going to tease you with, which just means you have to come to everything. All right. While we are transitioning for our next bit of performance, I want to talk to you a little bit about LBC. You know LBC is a gathering place for events such as this one. You may have been here for another Low CN event in the past. Maybe you've come to shows on our stage, or the festivals such as Fiesta that was mentioned earlier, or the events such as the farmers market that happens in our parking lot twice a month or twice a week, or the pumpkin patch, or the Christmas trees that are in the lot seasonally every year. But we also serve tens of thousands of young people each year through our education and community engagement programs. At LBC, we're proud to offer more than 24 different programs for students and educators and community members, all of which allow them to engage with art. From our school residencies to community celebrations, these programs enrich our community's landscape, providing quality artistic, cultural, and musical experiences to allow for discovery and growth, connections with culture and family, and altogether weaving the knit of our community tighter. for all of us to enjoy and benefit from. One such a program, as mentioned before, is Fiesta de Independencia. It's a free community event. This will be the 13th annual year. There are postcards on your table giving you a little more information about that event, as well as flyers that you can pick up on your way out if there's anyone you think might benefit from coming. Fiesta will have performances and vendors and entertainment and activities for kids. The last in-person Fiesta was in 2019, so we are truly chomping at the bit to get back to it and do it again. We had 5,500 folks visit our campus in 2019 to come to Fiesta, and we want to knock that number out of the ballpark. So please go ahead and bring 5,400 of your closest friends so that we can hit our goal and truly make sure that Fiesta is something that our entire community gets to experience. Again, September 18th, 1 to 7 p.m. So all of this work that LBC does, including our partnership here with LOCN, is built on this idea of 3 pillars. We believe in high quality, in-depth, meaningful experiences and instruction. We believe in equitable access, where all students, all community members have the opportunity to engage in the arts. They're almost ready, so I'll get to stop talking soon. And we also believe in culturally responsive arts content and implementation that reflects the community we serve. So if these pillars are our foundation, and the foundation of programs such as the one you're about to see on stage as these students are getting ready to perform for you. This is our Mariachi Ensemble program. Actually, this is a fraction of our Mariachi Ensemble program, which this year may end up serving well over 100 students, final number pending. I would like to introduce Jose Soto, our LBC music specialist, up here to tell you a little bit more about that program and introduce our final performers, Mariachi Cantares de Mi Tierra.
Thank you, Ashley. Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing? ¿Cómo están? Oh, ya se están durmiendo. ¿Cómo están? Bien. Okay, you probably have seen Mariachi Cantares de Mi Tierra, but we just finished a wonderful summer camp where we went to Sonoma, Santa Rosa, and Cloverdale, and oh my God, more than 200 kids doing music. We, like Ashley said, we're gonna try to keep more than 100 this year are gonna continue their classes. This is Mariachi Cantares de Mi Tierra, and they also will continue their classes. Some of them are, actually 7 of them are graduating this year. They already started their classes at the JC. Some of them are going to UC Davis. Some of them are going to UC Santa Barbara. So these mariachi, yes, please give them a hand. This mariachi was the first mariachi we ever created here, and it was very special, and it's kind of sad to see them, leaving, but it's wonderful that they're going to go and study and achieve their goals. I want to say thank you to Matthew. Wonderful. I went to school with Matthew, My last year he got there, and I knew he was going to do great things. So let's give them another hand for their wonderful music and all the changes he is making. And we're just going to dive into some music. Get some, oh, no, we don't have tequila, guys. We don't have, just grab some water, coffee, and hopefully you enjoy the music. This is Mariachi Cantares de Mi Tierra. Thank you. Our next piece is called Te Regalo Yo Mis Ojos. We're going to wait for the trumpets. Let's give them another hand. That's a difficult. Just in case you want to know the name of that one, it's called El Niño Perdido. The next song is actually called Te Regalo Yo Mis Ojos, and Michelle is actually the singer.
that we will be playing is called Cielo Rojo, which translates to red sky.
Bravo, Marta. And let's give a hand to Alexandra. Alexandra plays the violin. She plays the guitarrón. We're very sad because she's leaving to UC Davis. She's going to be a bed. Yes. Yeah, very happy again for her. So our next piece is called El Balaju. In this one, we have a little solo with the harp. So he's our youngest member in the mariachi. His name is Christopher. The harp has 37 strings. He uses them all. I started teaching him, and then he surpassed my level of the harp, so now he goes to another teacher. But it's El Balaju with Christopher. you. Thank you. That was Balaku. Muchachos. And now, thank you. Our next piece is a potpourri dedicated to Linda Roston. So if you know the songs, please help us sing these songs.
¡Ay, ay, ay! ¿Cómo están?
Yo quiero montar un toro pa' que me mire mi amor. Upayu payu, upayu payu. Yo quiero montar un toro pa' que me mire mi amor. Upayu payu, upayu payu. Yo quiero montar un toro pa' que me mire mi amor. Ay, ay, ay.
How's everyone doing this evening? I can't hear you guys. I need you guys to be a little bit louder. That's what I like to hear. Our next song is going to be En Mi Viejo San Juan, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Viejo San Juan, cuántos sueños forjé en mis noches de infancia. Mi primera ilusión y mis cuitas de amor son recuerdos del alma. Una tarde me fui a esa extraña nación, pues lo quiso el destino. Pero mi corazón se quedó al frente al mar en mi viejo San Juan. Adiós, Borinquen querida, tierra de mi amor. Adiós, mi diosa del mar, mi reina del palmar. Me voy, pero un día volveré a buscar mi querer, a soñar otra vez en mi viejo San Juan. Pero el tiempo pasó y mi destino burló nostalgia y no pude volver al San Juan que yo amé, pedacito del patria. Mi cabello blanqueó y mi vida se va y a la muerte me llama y no quiero morir alejado de ti, Puerto Rico del alma. Adiós, Borinquen querida, tierra de mi amor. Adiós, mi diosa del mar, mi reina del palmar. Querer y a soñar otra vez en mi viejo San Juan. Gracias.
Thank you, everyone. Now I'm just gonna invite all of the seniors. If you're a senior or if you're already in college, because some of them they already started, come to the front, please. We're about to, I want you to give them a hand because I know it's gonna be hard, but I know they can do it. So, yes. And I think if you ask them, let's see who's gonna be a musician. What are you gonna study?
I want to be a vet.
He wants to be a vet?
A nurse.
Nurse, he's at Sonoma State doing nursing.
I want to major in child development.
Child development.
I'm majoring in psychological and brain science.
Yeah. Where are you going?
UCSB.
And Fabian?
Got to be majoring in culinary arts.
Is that the JC?
Computer programming.
Oh my God, none of them are going to become musicians. But that's okay. Our goal with this program was that they stay busy and they become successful in whatever they want. So this was our last song. Unless we don't have another one. We have another one, but I think it's time to go, right? You guys want another one? One more, just to conclude this whole thing. And thank you very much for inviting us. You guys want a happy song or a sad song? Happy. Okay, this one is called Pasajero Viejo. This is our last song.
¿Y cómo estamos los 100? I can hear you. Y puro cantares, sí señor. Pasajero de mi vida, esta noche no te vas. Pasajero de mi vida, esta noche no te vas. Quédate a dormir conmigo, mañana madrugarás. Pasajero de mi vida, ay, tira la la la, tira la la la, tira la la y la la y la la, tira la la la, tira la la y la la y la la, tira la la y la 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 la, tira la la y la la y la la, tira la la y la 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 la. Y puro cantares, sí señor. ¿Dónde está ese grito mexicano? Te lo he dicho que no siembres las uvas en la lomita. Te lo he dicho que no siembres las uvas en la lomita. Porque pasa el pasajero, porque pasa el pasajero y arranca la más bonita. Ay, tira la la la, tira la la la, tira la la y la la y la la, tira la la la, tira la la y la la y la la, tira la la y la 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 la, tira la la y la la y la la, tira la la y la 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 la. ¡Y que viva México, sí señor! Te lo he dicho que no siembres las uvas en la barranca. Te lo he dicho que no siembres las uvas en la barranca. Porque pasa el pasajero, porque pasa el pasajero y hasta la manita saca. Ay, tira la la la, tira la la la, tira la la y la la y la la, tira la la la, tira la la y la la y la la, tira la la y la 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 la, tira la la y la la y la la, tira la la y la 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 la. Y puro cantares, sí señor. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you for inviting us, and thank you for coming to your house. This is for us, this is our house. We spend most of our life here, so thank you for being here. And thank you, Lucien, for inviting us.
Thank you. Wow. I don't even know where to begin or what to say, but I would like to ask, I'm going to be a little biased here. Elise here is an Elsie Allen High School alumni who received a foundation scholarship last year. And I met her at the ceremony, and I'm like, I recognize your face, but I don't know from where. And then she told me she listed off all the things that she was involved in. She told me she was in Cantares de mi Tierra. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been watching you play at the Los 100 event. So I'm so proud of you. You are an amazing person. Getting emotional. Keep up the great work. Keep up the great work. Well, how about that? That was incredible. Always my favorite event. Please join us next year for our 10th Annual Latino Cultural Experience. But ladies and gentlemen, don't forget about our State of the Latino Community on September 29th. We really appreciate you joining us today. We want to thank the Luther Burbank Center. There are conchas still available, so please, I'm telling my dad he can't take them home because he's got to be watching his diet, but for the rest of you, please take them home and have a great weekend, and we'll see you in September. Thank you so much.